you and welcome on Tunis International Radio. You are listening right now to the daily edition of English language program presented by Houda bin Cheikh on Air Studio 1 with my colleague Najla Tabasi for the technical engineering. Hope you're having great time on this very special day, the 10th of July. So for all those who are celebrating a happy event today, congratulations. Especially I would like to have a special thought for all those who are waiting for their SMS today, those who are for the second part of the session of the baccalaureate exam. Don't worry so much. It's going to be okay. Don't worry. And if in any case you don't succeed, it's not the end of the world. And you know, failure is not the end of the path towards the search for your future, but it can be one path towards building yourself again and again. And I would like to congratulate all those who succeeded in the first session, because actually now they are in the middle of the very dangerous stress of orientation, and we know that it is really complicated for many of them. For this, I would like to thank very much my guests who are here. I would like to talk about a new institution in Tunisia, and it is an institution that is bringing a total big change, and it is challenging the whole norms of academic approach, especially in technology, more precisely in engineering. It is the Heidi. Heidi, it's an institution. Heidi?
Heidi, yes.
Heidi. Heidi is an institution, according to the letters, it's not hiding everything, but it's actually showing the competence of all the students. It is showing the potential of our government in creating a new institution that is up to the labor market today. I would like to thank the director who is here, Mr. Jamel Belhaj. Welcome in our studio.
Thank you.
Thank you. And here two students, two top cream of the cream students, if we can say, and you are going to understand why. Ranim, Missaoui, and Habib, Loussaief. Hi.
Hello.
Welcome in our studio.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're
so
not
much.
stressed, I suppose?
No,
Not
at all.
So Heidi is a new institution. It stands for the Higher Institute of Digital Engineering, and actually it is a new one. It was created in 2024. And here Mr. Jamel Belhaj is going to tell us a little bit about the background and give us a feedback concerning the creation of this institution.
Thank you, Houda, for your kind invitation in RTC. RTC, in fact, is the station of students, our students, to speak about the Higher Institute of Digital Engineering of Tunis, the very oldest establishment, established from July 2024. It means they have 1 year and 2 days.
Exactly.
And the specificity of the Heidi is in English as medium of instructions.
Yes.
It will use only English.
That's fantastic. That's really fantastic.
The idea to create Heidi, it is for two reasons, in fact. The first one, it is to review the university map and to show how, if there is with some fields without job, it is better to close or to change them by many fields where there is jobs. And
there is better employability,
yes.
actually.
For this, University of Tunis have the idea to make a pilot institute, national, for emerging technology, only emerging technology. Today is artificial intelligence, and tomorrow perhaps another technology.
Exactly.
It will be a pilot institute for giving for the student a diploma, but it is not a diploma, a job.
Yes.
It means each idea is the engineering will have a diploma and his own project.
Exactly. We can understand.
This is our objective. It is not to teach them and to give them a diploma, but to coach them to have their own project or startups or society.
What I believe is that, I mean, here the students who are going to graduate from Heidi, they are going to have kind of an internationally accredited diploma. I mean, here when you got your diploma at the end of the curricula, at the end of your training, at the end of these 5 years, actually you're not going to be an engineer only in Tunisia, but you are employable and possibly accepted in wonderful international scale and in international countries where you can have easier access actually to job market, but not only international, even in Tunisia, because
Yes.
we're in great need of these engineers who are specifically specializing in AI.
Yes.
So what we can understand is that the university is about AI,
Yes.
technology, focusing
Yes.
on that.
For now, we started with one courses,
Mm-hmm.
artificial intelligence, and perhaps after some years, we will make another diploma, for example, for quantum computing. It is very
Yes,
interesting.
quantum computing.
Yes.
I hear about that, and it seems so complicated to understand the thing.
It is complicated,
is.
but it's really interesting.
It's really interesting. So concerning the curricular, so we understand that it is a technological studies to get engineers later on. The main focus is actually to focus on AI, or what are the general topics that are studied
Yes.
and subjects?
The basic idea, at the first, the idea is not to duplicate an institution or to duplicate a diploma, but to make a new kind of
To
diploma.
create and
To create
innovate.
and innovate
Mhm.
new kind of diploma, which is based in artificial intelligence. But not only this, the specificity of Heidi is the humanity and arts also. It's to include this poly of humanity and arts in the curriculum. It means
You mean you are teaching arts in the
Humanities and
university?
arts, Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
humanity and arts
That's
is one of the
curious.
fundamental pillars
Mhm.
for the ID.
Yes.
Because when we have studied the framework of artificial intelligence and we do international benchmarking,
Uh-huh.
we see that the best engineering today in artificial intelligence, it is we must have 5 pillars. It
Uh-huh.
means computer science,
Yeah.
mathematics, science and technology, non-conventional computing, but the best one is humanity and arts.
Yes.
We start from the first year to the 5 years.
Humanity and arts.
Yes.
Such as
That's-
for the first year, for example,
Mhm.
we have the introduction to humanity, studies skills, communications.
Technical English.
Next year we will have ethics,
Mhm.
critical thinking,
Wow.
philosophy.
Yes.
Wow, very enriching
Yes, it is.
curricular. I really love this one.
Yes.
Yes. It's
So, for you students who started with the first year curricular and you've been in the Heidi for almost 1 year, let's get back to you. How did you discover Heidi, especially that it is a newly one? It was, created in July 2024,
Yes.
so just after the baccalaureate exam, and just people have been selecting their orientation, and all of a sudden you heard about Heidi.
Yeah.
yes. So at first, when I succeeded in the baccalaureate exam, I wasn't really sure about what I'm gonna do next.
Yeah.
So I spent a whole week just thinking about what I'm gonna do after all. Then my friend called me and told me, "Listen, there's this new institution that I heard of," and I was like, "What's?" I didn't hear about it, so I
Yeah.
was curious. So the next day, I went to the institute, to the establishment, and I asked for it, and they showed me the plan, like the curriculum. And at that moment, I
You
instantly knew. Yes,
This is my future.
This is the one. You
This
know,
is the one I want.
Yes.
Mhm.
So yeah, I chose it as the first pick. It's my first pick. So, and thankfully I was selected. It was really, I don't know. I'm a bit optimistic. So when I really heard of it, I was like, let's say I was in love with the curriculum and with the way of teaching. So
I
yeah.
really love it. I mean,
Yes.
here humanities, arts, and
Yes.
artificial intelligence and computing. This is a wonderful mix.
Yes.
Yeah, it's an amazing mix.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it was pretty much the same. It was a coincidence. I found out about it coincidentally, and I fell in love with the idea itself because I myself was interested in doing data science because AI wasn't really available in public universities.
Exactly.
But when I found this alternative that is not only better than data science, it's more interesting,
Yes.
and it involves data science as well. So I was like, yeah, I choose it as my university.
100% educational institution and a university that teaches in English. That's
Yes.
what is really very innovative in the Tunisian educational system, and that's what we want actually.
Yes.
How does it feel to study all the topics, all the subjects in English?
Well,
Was it hard? Because even if you are an excellent student, teaching all these subjects in English is not really,
It's not given to anyone.
easy, let's say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Personally, my skills in English before studying Heidi weren't that great, but I had the basics and I know how to talk in English and everything. But when I started at Heidi, at first it was a bit weird because I used to study in French and everything. So switching to English, I don't know how to say it, but it was smooth. Because the teachers there were like really helping us throughout the year with the English, and they weren't using really hard technical terms. They were using technical terms, but much easier. So our level in English really improved. For myself, when I see myself before Heidi and after Heidi, I see that my level of English really improved a lot.
Improved a lot.
Yes.
So it was possible to understand the lesson, the courses, even though if you are not an excellent student in English.
Yes.
Yes,
It was
indeed.
possible for you to understand
Yeah.
everything. And I suppose the teachers helped you so much.
Yes.
Because one of the idea of the ID, it is not to teach by English only, but to teach English and by English.
Okay, so you have English classes
Yes.
for
Yes.
language and the other topics.
Yes.
Yes, especially subjects like technical English. They teach us the jargon that we will use in the actual technical courses. So that was really helpful for us as students.
And in arts, I'm really interested in arts. What do you study in arts?
Well, in arts, we studied culture studies.
Oh,
Yes.
We have
you know
seen-
that's a specialty for
Yes.
English
Yes.
students.
It was a fun course. It was very fun. Yes,
Exactly.
for
I love
engineering
that course.
students, it's a very nice thing to study because not only we see new things, but we also learn English with a fun
Yeah.
course.
Yes, sometimes when you switch between physics, mathematics, computational logic, some of our courses, it's cool to have
The art course is wow.
Yes, we can
Something
have
to
fun
let go
because-
your imagination.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's true. Yeah.
and something that's really special about the cultural studies, as you mentioned, as engineers, we are not really supposed to be more more like
In the humanities. Yes.
But still, our teacher gave us a task, and that is to write a short story. And every student had to write a short story and give it to the teacher, and maybe after revising it can be published or whatever. So
You have to know about other
Yes.
cultures.
Yes,
We are not
indeed.
focusing on Tunisian culture only, but you have to be
Yeah.
open to other cultures,
Yes,
especially.
indeed.
That's what is opening up your horizon a little bit and developing your critical thinking,
Yes.
which you
One
enough.
of the slogan of the Heidi, it is innovation, digital engineering for humanities.
Oh,
It is the
innovation, digitalization for humanities.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Because an engineer, it is not only diploma. Engineer, it is skills. And
You are
it is
human.
humanities.
Yes.
You
We
are
need to keep our touch of humanity.
Yeah, keep your touch of humanity and also your artistic approach because
Yes,
it
indeed.
brings something into the engineering sector, into this
Yes.
technology.
That's true.
So that's great. So concerning the institution, how does it work? I mean, here in the sense that for planning courses about theory and practice, what happened during the practices? What kind of practices are there? Is there a collaboration with other institutions, being public or private institution or private, let's say, even companies?
Yes.
Mhm.
An objective of the Heidi, it is to be an open institute,
Mhm.
open for cooperation, for industry, for other universities, for the industrial partnership. It is fundamental for us.
Yeah.
For this year, just to build the necessary, but in future we will have many memorandum of understanding between international and national partner. For the industrial, it is not a choice, but we must have a teacher from industry, some experts,
Of course.
because our idea it is to make an international diploma, and for this we must satisfy some international standards,
Exactly.
like RAISE. It is the standard for Europe, or the best one for us, it is the ABET. ABET, it is Accreditation Board for Engineering and Technology. It is the organism of accreditation, especially for the diploma of engineering for anglophones countries.
Okay.
And we must, to obtain this accreditation, we must include in our scientific council, partner from industry, from the stakeholders. For the practice, we have some equipment for now, for especially for computer, but perhaps Ranim share that another experience we are to try to use the learning-based project method.
Can you explain that?
Yes, basically our institute has a very special learning approach, yes. It's project-based learning. We basically study 70% theory, theoretical classes, and 30% with practice. What I like the most about our institute is that every single course we have a minimum of 2 projects within each semester. So not only there are not only exams that we sit for, theoretical stuff, but also we have projects that help us not only develop our social skills in collaboration with our colleagues, teamwork, and also critical thinking and working under so much stress.
Exactly.
So much stress.
Yeah.
It's important because sometimes when we see students, graduating from conventional and normal universities, when they get into the work, they don't understand how to communicate, how to interact with other people. They know only how to work alone. So when it comes to working together under stress, when you have time record that you have to do it, so they find it so complicated for them to achieve their work. So this is important to be a project-based learning. This is a very interesting thing because it prepares you later on for professional life. That's really very innovative approach. I like that.
Yes. If I may add something about the project-based learning, there's a course that we learned in the first year, which is communication. Communication really helps us to know, as its name says, communicate, how to present a project, how to write, how to speak.
Public speaking.
Yes. So it really helps us with the project-based learning, as it gave us the basics, the pillars that we will use later on when we work together and everything. So
very innovative approach. I really like. I would like to go. I would like to enroll in Heidi. It's possible for me.
And I remember that we start the first basic project. It is the design of the logo.
Yes.
The first week and the integration week at the Heidi, I have divided them on
to three
groups.
Yes.
And
they have to work on the logo.
Yes.
And
this is
the final result.
This is the final one.
Yes.
Heidi. This is the work of students.
Yes.
Can you imagine? This is the creativity.
It has a really good meaning also.
Exactly.
Yes.
So what does it mean for you, Heidi?
As in the logo? Okay, so the logo, at first, if you can see, there's this yellow structure, which represents, at first, when you see our establishment, there's these structures, a lot of structures like this in the middle of our establishment. So they really represent us. It's unique structure for us. So we used it to create the letter H, if you can see it, the letter H in white. So as in Heidi, and then with these little circuits, if you can see it, it presents technology. Yes, technology with the half hexagon, if I can say, that has the C-shaped, as in the C programming language. That is used a lot in computational intelligence and computer science that we also study in our courses. And as for the colors, we have
the D before, the D as a digital.
Oh yes,
digital.
Digital.
And
yes,
the
I'm
data.
sorry. Yes.
Because the basic
and data science also.
Yes.
Digital and data.
Digital and data. Yes, these are the two very key words.
Yes,
for this university.
For our university. Yes.
Oh.
So,
okay.
And for the color?
For the colors, we have the blue that represents more like the technology side, more like the advancement, the artificial intelligence, if I can say. So, and as for the yellow, if you can help me here.
Yes, Ayub, when he created the logo, the yellow represented the color of the arcs in Bib Saadwoun.
Yes.
It is our location. And also stuff like the desert in Tunisia, so stuff that represents our culture and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So it
the
has
sun and the desert in
The sun
yellow.
and the
And
desert,
also
yeah.
olive
Okay.
oil. We can't forget about olive oil, which
Olive
is
oil.
really
Olive oil.
something in our culture.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can include tourism also in this digital science, because you are really creative in design. You thought about everything.
Yes.
You thought about everything.
It's
And if you
also,
look
yeah.
here, the
Uh-huh.
logo, it is like a key.
So
yes,
it's key
yes.
to open.
Exactly.
Yes.
Will be the key of the emerging technology for Tunisia.
Exactly,
Yes, yes.
emerging technology in Tunisia. So here, as what it seems, so sustainability as you said, is one of the pillars. And what is
Yes.
really important for you is focusing on main issues that Tunisia is suffering from, and especially today is this emerging technologies, the green technology, blue,
Yes.
circular technology. So it is part of their curricula today. So that's what you are going to study later on also.
Yes, because for the curricula, well, there is 2 years for pre-engineering cycle
Mhm.
on digital engineering, and after we will have 1 year common
Yes.
for artificial intelligence, and for the two final years it will be dedicated for the specialization.
Yes.
For now, at middle term,
Mhm.
short term,
Mhm.
we will have a specialty for the artificial intelligence engineering for data analyze, data science,
Mhm.
artificial intelligence engineering for manufacturing, and for manufacturing we can develop any type of manufacturing, smart factoring,
Mhm.
industry X.0,
Mhm.
sustainable energy, water,
Renewable energy.
the application of the techniques of artificial intelligence for manufacturing.
Uh-huh.
Sustainability is one of the applications.
Yes.
That's example of the sustainability development for Tunisia.
Yes.
It is my specialty. It is the smart grids.
Yes.
Smart grid.
Smart grids.
Uh-huh.
It means the smart grid including renewable energy,
Mm-hmm.
smart transportation,
Oh.
electric vehicles,
Ah, good.
hydrogens.
Uh-huh. This is your field.
Yes.
Wow. So this is really important.
Yeah.
This is really very innovative. So what we can understand that, as I told you in the beginning, here we have the cream of the cream. Just for those who are listening right now, and they are really attracted by this curricular, and they are attracted by the opportunities that Heidi can offer to its graduates later on, is that to reach the Heidi, to enroll in the Heidi, to get admission, it's not that easy.
Yes.
I agree. Yes.
We agree.
So
yes.
it seems that you must have excellent marks in not only in English but the average, the
Yes,
whole
the
average. I mean, here to get access to
Yes.
Heidi, what is the minimum?
For the mathematical section,
A score of
a score of 180.
Uh-huh.
So it's a bit, let's say, a minimum of 16 average, like a score in the baccalaureate exam.
Mm-hmm.
And for the science, it's 171, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken. Yes,
Yes.
171. For the
Technology.
technologies, there's 179, if
Yes.
I'm not mistaken.
Uh-huh.
Yes. And finally, for computer science, baccalaureate exam, they must have score of 188.
Yes.
88.
87,
Or
87,
87,
88.
88.
Okay.
Yeah, something
so,
like this. So it's high. Let's
Yeah. Yeah, you're setting the bar too high.
Yes.
But actually, that's what you need, a minimum of proficiency in order to be able to pursue your studies,
Yes.
because
Yes.
it's going to be a little bit
Yes.
complicated.
That's very true.
Technological
Yeah.
studies is not really...
We have started by 60 students
Mm-hmm.
with an average in the baccalaureate from 16 to 18.
Yes, to 18.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you've selected, I mean here, how does it come to the selection? Is it admission online as the other students do on the platform, or do you study the files of the candidates, of the students?
Just the classical orientation.
Orientation.
Platform,
First
yes.
come, first served.
Uh,
Not first
But
come, first
we don't
served.
do the
But
test for admission in English.
You do the test?
No.
No
No,
test?
we
Okay.
Because it is mentioned that our teaching are in English,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that the new generation are very good in English.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
For this,
Exactly.
for the week integration week,
yes.
we have done an English test
Mm-hmm.
to access to student level, and after the correction, we have seen that all students have the equivalent of B2
Yes,
level.
B2 level.
Yes.
That's really fine.
And
Yes,
after
that's
we
really
have
okay.
done an intensive English training
Yes.
for communication and writing,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
to I think it is very good experience the week, the integration week.
The
Yes,
integration
integration
week,
week,
yeah.
yes.
It's a really fun day, but also it's some kind of integration of the students
Yes.
into the
Yeah.
whole atmosphere of the Heidi universities.
Yes.
And the teachers are there to make everything clear. So for you, the lucky 60 students of the first year, you how did you find the life in the Heidi? How did you see it, and before and after? Before starting and after you started the courses?
Well, before starting, it was pretty much an empty terrain for us to be as creative as we could,
Mhm.
because there was no clubs, there was nothing, because students are the ones
the
who
first
make,
students.
your students are the ones who make clubs, etc. So I'm really glad that we cooperated together to at least make 2 clubs. I am personally the president founder of Heidi's Press Club,
Wow.
and we also have a tech club that specializes in robotics.
Good.
And we are also currently working on other clubs, such as IEEE, etc.
Mhm.
The experience as first-year students, it was great, not only because our administration was super helpful,
Mhm.
the professors were super helpful as well, and they helped us like get the idea of all the courses, and they were extremely they helped us.
Yes.
That's it. Yeah.
What about you?
For myself, before Heidi, I was, as I said earlier, I'm optimistic in real life, so I was really looking forward to it. So
Mhm.
when I got in Heidi, I had a plan to make a lot of friends and create clubs with them and everything. So when we created these clubs, it was a first start for us to more in the activities life and so on. But also the administration, one day they came to us and told us there's this project,
Mhm.
this event
Mhm.
that helps us, how can I say it, help us to create our startup.
Mhm.
So yeah, and it's called, if I can say it in French,
Mhm,
Pôle
okay.
étudiant entrepreneur.
Yes.
Yes.
That's a
So-
project of the higher
University of
actually it's not
Tunis.
the University of Tunis, but also the ministry.
Ministry,
The
yes.
Ministry of Higher
So
Education.
myself and 3 of my friends, we had an idea and we went there and we presented, and they really liked our idea, and we did boot camps with them, and it's really like it helped us a lot to have the more of entrepreneurial way of thinking. So
Yes.
yeah,
Really
as-
great.
Yes.
I mean, here, yes, they are giving you the chance
Yes.
to be to organize event, to be
Yes.
a leader, to develop skills, because these soft skills are really important
Yes.
into the curricular. So you are not only students of engineer, but you are a human. You are a human who is going to work in technology, but you have a very large perspective upon your future.
Yes,
And here
indeed.
comes also the vision of the Ministry of Higher Education, but
Yes.
also of the institution itself. What is the vision? What is the future perspective that you are planning for all these young people?
Yes. The vision is to make Heidi as a center of excellence
Mm-hmm.
and innovation.
Yes.
Innovation, because I believe in the Tunisian engineering.
Yes, sure.
My first diploma is an engineer.
And who is talking? An engineer himself.
from Egypt. So I believe that by some ideas, to coach them, to build
Mhm.
their ideas, at the end of the 5 years,
Mhm.
I'm sure that they will have the diploma, the good diploma,
Yes.
but their project to stay in Tunisia.
Yes.
Yes. We want to keep our engineers here.
Hopefully, yes.
Develop for Tunisia, develop the added value for this beautiful country.
Exactly.
And
Very
in this specialty, in this field of artificial intelligence or emerging technology, we can do it, because even for the software application or hardware applications,
Yes.
because the application of artificial intelligence are very large and interdisciplinary.
Huge.
In the health, in the agriculture, in the arts, and the humanities, and the
in education.
In education especially.
Yeah.
Yes.
In education. Yes, it is a very large universe,
yes.
and we would like to
The
learn so
second
much.
perspective, it is to make a hub for excellency for international students.
Mhm.
Because if we continue with English, and the choice that we will have,
Exchange programs.
You can attract
yes,
foreign students.
the good international students. And for this year, at the beginning, we have one Tunisian international students coming from
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia.
Oh,
Yes.
It is he have done college.
He studied British curriculum in Saudi Arabia, so he's based in
the
English.
only chance for him is here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they study in English.
Yeah.
Yes,
that's
that's
true.
why
Yes.
he chose us.
Okay, the first foreign student.
Yeah.
Yes,
For
it's
Not
the first
actually
step.
Tunisian, but he's actually Tunisian. So it's a great vision.
Yes.
So we
I
know.
think for the Minister of Higher Education and Scientific Research will do some rules
Mhm.
for international students.
Yes,
Uh,
there are
to
certain
be-
regulations
yes,
that
yes,
have to
yes.
be done.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Yes. So fantastic. As we can
Yes.
see here, this is a hub of innovation and excellency. I like the word, and this is the key word. We would like to have excellent students concerning this engineering studies. So what we can understand is that today the modern approach or the more accepted approach for engineering, it's kind of integrated prépa. That's what we call
Yes.
pre-engineering studies.
Yes.
So most of the studies now it's integrated, so they are not separate anymore.
Yes, before they had the classic prépa that
Yes,
they study
pre-engineering
for,
studies.
Yes, for concours.
Yes,
Yes.
for the competition.
Yes. So and then they will go to the engineering schools.
Yes.
But now they have this new
The new
vision.
approach and
Yes,
this
this
vision,
is-
and it's much better.
Yes,
I think.
it's much easier than prépa classique, but still, it has its perks and cons. So yeah, we
Exactly.
must study a lot
Mhm.
so we can keep our place in the institute.
I
So,
like
yeah.
that. I have to
Yes.
keep my place in the institute.
Yes, I have
Stay
to.
in the
We
institute.
have
We
to
have to.
stay. It's
Yes,
yes.
it's
so-
important. If
Yeah.
we want to make it a hub of excellency,
Yeah.
you have to
You
keep
have.
working hard all the
Yes,
time.
that's true.
I think that for Tunisia, for the Minister of Higher Education, we must do some innovation in the new fields.
Exactly.
Means even for the classical integrated pre-engineering program,
Mhm.
for Heidi we have a different
Yeah.
pre-integrated engineering programs.
Mhm.
It is especially for artificial intelligence and for emerging technology.
Yes.
So you don't make the choice very wide.
Yes.
You
Yes.
focus on the most important
true.
part of it.
Yes.
Yes.
This is very genuine.
Even when it comes to mathematics, etc., we study stuff that is already that is going to be used in AI, for example, probability and statistics, calculus, subjects like that. And we also study artificial intelligence, data preprocessing, which are subjects related to our diploma, and we already study them since the first year.
Exactly.
Yes.
So in a way, we can say that you are specializing already in
Yes.
the AI. So
Yeah.
you are not really lost in plenty of other, and that's what happened in conventional education in
Yes.
institution. They teach a lot of subjects, and they let at the last year, 1 or 2 last years for specialization, which makes the students lost.
Yes.
Plenty of information that are not needed. Plenty of subjects are not needed in their curricular. So that's why it is really very, very innovative and attractive. Let's say this
Yes.
Heidi University. I recommend and I remind our listeners that the Heidi is the Higher Institute of Digital Engineering. It's a new institution, 100% teaching in English language. It is focusing on artificial intelligence and all those who are interested in studying in this university, in this excellent, is in this hub of excellency
Yes.
and innovation. You have to work hard. I'm talking here to the few future baccalaureate students, because the ones of 2025, it's already done.
Yes.
But for 2026, you have to work hard. If you are really curious and really interested in these studies, you have to work hard, and you have to you must have an average of more than 16 in the baccalaureate exam in order to have access to this wonderful university. Before ending, we've been talking about the lesson, the curricular, the vision, the approach also. What kind of message would you like to convey to the teachers, to the ministry also, who created this university, but also to the future students, I mean, who do not know about the Heidi University? And what would you like also to convey as a message to your students and those who want to come to the institution?
So, for coming to Heidi, welcome. Welcome for this good establishment. There is a good mini campus near the Faculty of Medicine, Faculty of Biotechnology, the Faculty of Management, the ESG.
Oh yeah, all of them.
Two good university restaurants.
Very attractive. And there is the Nutrition Institute next to that.
Yes, indeed.
I would like to thank the Minister of Higher Education and Scientific Research is coming for the inauguration. And it was a good event.
Yes, it was a very
successful event.
And he's encouraged students and the administration and to make the necessary equipment for a good training.
Yes.
And I believe that in few days we will be an excellent center, international center for students from all the world, for the Tunisian, for the innovation, for the startups. And
they're already starting with their startups in this university.
I would like to thank my students, my Heidiers. Because it is not easy the first year, and I think for the next year they will have the responsibility of the first
for the newcomers.
Yes, for the newcomers.
That's right.
They will be under our responsibility.
Taking care of them.
Yes.
Good. Like a mom.
Last year I have the responsibility to integrate them.
Yes.
And this year I will be...
They are taking the command.
Yes. They are taking the wheel.
And they will have the responsibility of the first diploma of the Heidi.
Yes.
Because the success of
an institution,
it is the first generation.
Yes, the first generation of graduates and in the engineering school of Heidi, and it's really fantastic. We are relying on you. And what I like the word of Mr. Jamel Belhaj, director of the Heidi, is that he said, we want to create a hub of excellence and innovation, and we want to keep our engineers in Tunisia. Yes, and that's a very important word. It goes right to my heart, because today when we see people graduating from Tunisia and thousands of them immigrating to Europe, to France, to Canada, to the Emirates, to whatever, it hurts. It hurts because they are complete projects. Tunisia should benefit from them because it has been investing on these students, and finally we find them going out. Why? Because there is no employability, there are no chances for recruitment or for being employed in Tunisia. So I like the word. These new students, these new future graduates of the Heidi from this hub of excellency, they are going to be in Tunisia to build Tunisia, because there are people who are thinking about innovating in educational institutions. So we hope to have them here, and next time, probably in 5 years, we are going to have them with their startups in Studio One in RTC.
Hopefully,
yes.
Yeah. So, what about you? What kind of message would you like to convey to the educational staff in Heidi, to your friends, or to the newcomers?
First of all, I would like to thank the administration, of course, and our professors, the team who worked really hard to make the study plan come true and to be actually used in the courses. I would also like to send a message of gratitude to my colleagues, whom I've made great friendships and great connections with. And also, I would like to invite anyone who has a slight interest for the field of artificial intelligence, because I personally see that Heidi is the best choice to actually pursue studies in AI and data science.
Oh, thank you.
As for me, I would like to thank very, very much our dear Monsieur Jamel Belhaj, because he's the one that created this dream that personally I am living. And I want to thank all the staff of the administration, my friends, everyone, my family, because they pushed me to study in this institute, especially my mother. So yeah. And for the ones that are dreaming to come to Heidi, come. It's a great experience. The atmosphere is amazing. We are like a little family. We know everyone, and everyone knows us. So yeah, it's a great experience at Heidi.
Yeah, it's a wonderful synergy, a wonderful and harmonious relation that is existing there. And personally, I'm really happy that such an institution is existing in Tunisia today, because we need to innovate, we need to develop new approaches, new vision for employability in Tunisia. There are branches that should be omitted from the orientation because we don't need them anymore. We need to be up to date with the development in technological development that is happening in the world, and this one is one of them. I suppose your teachers are really happy by listening to you.
Yes.
So congratulations for this wonderful institution. We hope that more and more such institutions are going to be created in Tunisia. We need to develop technology in Tunisia. We need to have new vision, new institutions that are really touching the needs of the labor market today.
Yes. Yes.
We do not anymore need conventional studies that do not serve our community at all.
Yes.
I really like this exchange that we have today.
Thank you so much.
The future engineers of the Heidi are not only engineers, but they are into the humanity, into the critical thinking, into the cultural studies.
Yes.
I would like to thank the teacher who is teaching cultural studies here in the institute.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We go back to music.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.